In this video, you are going to learn that how you can create a Python program that can generate multiple tables, like this. So, stay tuned. I might recommend watching my previous video to have a better understanding before watching this one, where I had discussed about generating one single table in Python. Kindly ignore if done. Firstly, let's have a look at the question. The question is, create a Python program that generates multiple tables. As discussed in my previous video, this table as well is not the one used in data handling or representation. Instead, it's the multiplicative table, that is 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4 and so on. To create this program and find the solution, we have to use nested loops, that is, looping upon another loop. It's not the right time to understand nested loops that deep. So for giving you a slight clue, one example is shown on the screen. Here are some of the required codes. For functions, we need the input function and int function. For loops, we will need both while and for loop. And for the iterable, we will need the range function. I will be telling more about these codes in the next section. Let's not waste our time here and head to the solution. Firstly, we have to take input from the user. So to take input, we have to call the input function. So let's call it input. Now we have to put a string inside the braces to get the user input by this message. So let's put it enter smaller table number. Note that this string would be shown on the terminal where the user would be asked to enter the input. But the problem is, by default the input from the user is in string. So we don't want the string to be multiplied, right? So to convert the string into integers, we have to call the int function before the input function. So let's write int function and braces. Let's assign this value to a variable called smaller table number. Let's do the same for another variable called larger table number. So for the larger table number, we will need to write here larger. Now let's start the while loop. So while, we know in while loop we need an expression that is true, but if this expression outcomes to be false, then the while loop would be broken. We will need the expression as smaller table number while smaller table number is smaller or equal to the larger table number. After that, we have to change the value of the smaller table number after every iteration. So to do that, that would be smaller table number is equal to smaller table number plus 1, or we can simply write it as smaller table number plus equals 1. So now it's the time for nested loops. We don't want the table starting from the user input plus 1, right? So we have to apply the loop before this. So let's do this. Apply the for loop for a in range 1 to 11. Right. I have used a for the multiplier, that is after every iteration a's value will change from 1 to 10, and I have also used 11 here because I want to include the value of a 1 to 10 including 10. Then we need to multiply A with the smaller table number. So we have assigned the A variable to it. I have used A as the variable here because after every iteration the value of A would be changed between 1 to 10 no matter what is the value before the iteration. So let's print this A here. And so we have got our basic code. Run this program in the terminal. Fun.py, and the smaller table number, let it be 1. Enter larger table number, let it be 3. And so we can see that all the table numbers had been shown here. From 1, that is 1's table, from 2, 2's table, and 3, that is 3's table. Now this appearance might feel choppy, so to fix this we have to write A comma n equals, sorry for the caps lock, and equals comma dash, and one more code, print \n, that is new line. So the result would be that after every step of printing A, in the end we will have the comma and a gap, so we will remain in a format. So let's see the output. Python fun.py, and the smaller table number, let it be 2, the larger number be 5, and see, it's cleaner than this. Thank you for watching till the end. At last, I'm gonna say bye bye and peace out.